Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into this. I literally just rolled out of bed. As the video says, am I LDBC? Am I pro Deontay Wilder? Hell no. See, here's the issue I have with a lot of people, okay? Even subs of mine now. I stand by saying I am not biased when it comes to these fighters. So when they're in the middle of the ring, I'm not showing favoritism to one guy or the other guy, okay? In this fight that just happened, here is my point, all right? Tyson Fury was beating Deontay Wilder. If you watch my live stream, you can see I was excited that Fury was coming in doing exactly what he said he was going to do. It's not till like the 5th or 6th round in my video, you see my entire spirit, my entire mind, my entire point of view change to where I no longer wanted Tyson Fury to win. Sorry, I just woke up, so I'm still out of it. I no longer wanted Tyson Fury to win, and I wanted Deontay Wilder. You could literally see a shift in who I wanted to win in the fight due to the choking. Now, this isn't an excuse. I think people are getting this confused with me saying that Tyson Fury only won because he was choking Deontay Wilder. That's not what I'm saying at all. If the fight was life or death, then even though I don't agree with cheating, fighters do find things to do when the referee can't see it to get an advantage in a life or death fight, but it wasn't. What we had here was a one-sided battle. From the beginning to the end, Tyson Fury dominated Deontay Wilder. He outclassed him. He schooled him. And if you even listen to my pre-fight breakdown, where I didn't believe Fury was going to do what he said he was going to do, I didn't believe he was actually going to walk him down, which he did. So credit to him for that, because I was surprised by that he would actually do that, because that's not the type of fighter he is. But in my breakdown, what I did say was I believe that he would beat Deontay Wilder off the counter punch, which he didn't because he came straight at him. But in order to beat Deontay Wilder, he had to close the gap, keep him close. I said it was counterintuitive because Fury's the bigger man. And when I rewatched the fight with the sound on, even the commentators on ESPN Plus or PBC, I don't know who they were with, Andre Ward, Lennox Lewis, and them, they was talking about how Fury was smothering his own punches because he was too close, and he did exactly what I said he needed to do, close the gap. Wilder gets all his power from his torque. So that torque coming back and coming forward is where he actually gets his explosive power. He doesn't have driving force that he comes through things. It's the speed of his attack that he gets his most force from. So I say he needed to close the gap, which sounded counterintuitive because he was a taller, longer guy. But that's how he nullifies Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder is weak in close quarters. I mean, there were several times that you've seen Deontay Wilder not look good. You could go to Eric Morales. You could go to, we'll even go brand new. Whenever he fought Brazil, he got clipped and stumbled a little bit against Brazil. The first time he fought Luis Ortiz, sorry. He got caught by being up close. Problem with Deontay Wilder is he's a one-trick pony, and I already compared him to Adonis Stevenson, except I said Adonis Stevenson had more boxing ability because Adonis was a one-punch fighter. Deontay Wilder can throw more than one punch, but he lacks the fundamentals of how to slip, how to create distance, how to sidestep around people when you're slipping. He doesn't know how to create space, and he doesn't know how to fight backing up to generate power. What I mean by that is, in fact, I'm going to do another video probably within the next 30, 40 minutes after this goes, and I'm going to title it, What Deontay Wilder Needs to Do. All right, and I'll go down the list of things that he needs to improve on so he can be successful if he comes back. Now, let me say this. Getting back to the point, because I'm half asleep, I ramble. We know I'm like ADD or like the dog off of Up. Squirrel. And then I come back to what I'm talking about. So back to the point at hand. With the choking, okay, do I feel the choking was the cause of Deontay Wilder losing? No. No, I don't. Do I feel the choking was needed against Deontay Wilder? No, I do not. And that is my biggest issue. Going past cheating, Tyson Fury had the fight in the bag, especially after that knockdown. I know I saw people saying that it was just a cut in his ear. I haven't seen any medical reports saying whether it was a cut or a ruptured eardrum. The only person I've even heard legit source around Deontay Wilder say that his ear wasn't hurt was JD, and he said it was a cut inside of his ear. But his ear was bleeding a heck of a lot to be just a little cut inside his ear. So JD's not a medic. I haven't seen anywhere where the medic said that it was just a cut. Maybe y'all could post an article, but I haven't seen that. So I don't know if it was a cut or he busted his eardrum, ruptured his eardrum, however you want to word it. And even if he didn't, still getting hit in the ear or the temple can knock off your equilibrium, and you can be off balance for the rest of however long you're getting hit, because a minute's not a lot of time to recover. And how Tyson Fury was on top of Wilder, there is no time to recover. So again, I felt like the fight was already over. It was just, I mean, you could hear me. After that round, I was like, there's no way it's going past the fourth. There's no way it's going past the fourth. There's no way it's going past the fifth. There's no way it's going past the fifth. Like, you could hear it in the live commentary that I knew Deontay Wilder was right there for the taking. He was ready to go out. I did not like the stoppage at the time that I saw it. I got mad because Bayless is notorious for stopping fights early, which I said before the fight happened that I was scared for Tyson Fury, because if Tyson Fury dropped, Bayless might step in and wave his arms even if Tyson Fury won the fight. And that's what I was most concerned about. I did not think it was going to happen to Deontay Wilder, because I really didn't believe Fury was going to come straight at him. I did believe that Fury could knock him out. I did believe that Fury was putting on power and strength. That's why he came in at 273. And I'm going to address something about weight in a minute too. But as far as me being pro Wilder, I have never been pro Wilder. In this fight that just happened, did Wilder, I don't want to say win me over as a fan, but did I admire the effort that Wilder put up? Yes, I did. Did Fury lose me as a fan? Yes, he did. As a fan, he did. His fights, I call down the middle. The reason for that is, again, to restate what I've already said. Let's rehash it again so it can sink into people's heads. The reason why Wilder got my admiration was because he never gave up. He stayed on his feet. He didn't take knees. He didn't walk away from the referee. He didn't keep his arms on the ropes. No matter how bad he was hurt, he kept pressing the fight. He kept coming, no matter if it was a landslide or not. He never gave up. So I don't care if people don't like the fact that I can admire somebody for having the heart of a warrior, regardless of their skill. This ain't even about skills. This ain't even about how good he is, how bad he is, about the people he's fought or not. Because what this comes down to is, when Deontay Wilder was put in the furnace, when he came across his hardest opposition, he did not fold. Yes, he lost. Yes, he was losing. You could even say he was exposed, but I don't think he was exposed because nobody out there believed that Deontay Wilder was a great boxer. Deontay Wilder has a knockout punch. Again, I compared him to Adonis Stevenson. He's got that bow, I hit you, your life bar goes away. And Tyson Fury was smart. He put on more weight. Coming to what I said I was going to talk to later on, the weight factor. Tyson Fury, when he was 250s, he barely got clipped by Wilder and went on his back. Okay? Wilder coming in at 230 did not hinder his speed. What hindered his speed was the constant pressure, Fury weighing him down. I mean, maybe the chokeholds, but by the time Fury started choking him, I felt the fight was already over. But it was the constant pressure of him keeping Wilder backing up. If you've ever boxed before, if you've ever been in a boxing ring, maybe MMA, I don't know, because MMA is a little different where you can grab. Regardless, if you've ever fought before, you know that you burn the most energy constantly backing up, especially when you're used to being the aggressor. When you're used to coming forward and you're not used to going backwards, your legs tire fast. So that had a big part to play with Wilder's endurance being sapped, was Fury weighing him down and him backing up. Plus, like I was saying, Fury in the first fight in his 250s, I think it was like 254, 256, somewhere in there, when Wilder barely touched him, he hit the canvas. When Wilder caught him cleanly for the first time, he almost knocked him out. In this second fight, Fury coming in at 273, Wilder early in the fight, in the first round and in the second round, caught Tyson Fury cleanly with the right hand. Now, granted, Fury's smart. He was backing up, moving with the momentum of the right hands when Wilder threw the punches, but he hit him with the same right, and it did zero. It didn't make Fury blink. It didn't make him flinch. He absorbed all the damage, because with more weight, you can absorb more damage. That is a scientific fact. That's not up for debate. So for people who think weight don't matter, there's a reason why Tyson Fury came in even bigger. There's a reason why Deontay Wilder came in bigger, because in the first fight he was getting bodied. I'm getting off topic because this ain't about that. Again, to go back to where we began, no, I'm not a, well, I guess I am a Deontay Wilder fan in the sense that I like his drive. I like his spirit. I like his self-belief. I like how he didn't give up. I admire that. As far as his career goes, I've been super critical over it. Talking about he hasn't fought anybody. The first fight I really agreed with was him fighting Ortiz for the second time, just because a lot of people said Ortiz should have won the fight. That's why I felt like the fight was merited. If Wilder felt like fans were saying that Ortiz could have beat him, should have beat him, the referee saved him, then hell yeah, run a rematch back and see what happens. And he dominated Ortiz in that second fight. I've been on record saying that I don't believe Ortiz is the boogeyman of the division, because outside of Brian Jennings, who his Ortiz beat, but whatever. The fight was still merited because there was that controversy. I believe it was the 7th round. So that's why I felt that was good. The Brazil fight, y'all all heard me. I was against that. It should have been Dillian Whyte. A lot of these fights should have been Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is my number one heavyweight. He is my pick. I believe he beats Fury. I believe if Fury was to come to Dillian Whyte and try to get on top of him and choke him, first off, Dillian Whyte's too big for Fury to be able to do that. Dillian Whyte's 6'4", I believe, around 266. Fury, at only 7 pounds heavier, is not going to be able to manhandle Dillian Whyte. Plus, Dillian Whyte, when he trains, he actually trains for strength with weights. So not only is he big, he's strong as well. Yes, he's had endurance issues, but his last fight, you can't really count that because he only had 2, maybe 3 weeks max to get in shape. And if he hadn't been doing nothing up to that point because he didn't know where his career stood, then it's understandable why he looked the way he did. But again, there's no way. I don't believe Tyson Fury beats Dillian Whyte. I believe Tyson Fury, the Tyson Fury we saw in the ring, I believe he does exactly the same thing to AJ that he did to Wilder if he'll fight AJ, because he's already said he doesn't want to fight him. That's why I made that video, Tyson Fury bad for boxing, because of his own words. He stated that he does not see a point in fighting AJ. AJ got beat up by a fat midget. And in the second fight, it wasn't convincing because Tyson Fury's words, he ran from him the whole fight, which I disagree with. He outboxed him. So I don't know how much more I can say on this other than the dirty tactics that Tyson Fury did not have to be done. He did not have to do them. He did them just because. Maybe he was pissed off by the first fight. I don't know what his mindset or his reasoning was, because he already had the fight in the bag. That is my point. Tyson Fury fought dirty. I'm not saying it helped him win, because I don't believe it did. He outclassed Wilder. I can't say that enough. I don't understand how people... This is what I've learned about the internet thing, right? People only like you when you agree with their point of views. They will ride with you all day when you agree with what they agree with. But the minute that you don't agree with what they agree with, now you're a sellout, or you're with this group, or you're salty, or you're this, that, and this. No. It goes like this. At some point in time, people thought the world was flat. But then here come the Greeks. And guess what? We found out the world was round. Well, why? Why would you change your point of view on whether it's flat or round? Because of the evidence. So, off the evidence of the last fight, that is why Fury lost my respect. I'm not saying that Fury won't beat Wilder in the rematch, even if he doesn't choke him, because this Wilder that he fought, what he showed from Wilder, when you press him and you close that gap, like I said, there's no way in hell this current state of Wilder beats Tyson Fury in a rematch. The third fight, Fury might knock him out even faster. So I'm not switching sides. I'm not salty. The guy that I said if he fought smart would win won. I thought he'd run into a right hand. He got hit by a couple. It did 0 damage. Fury showed growth. Fury showed improvement. Fury showed that he got tougher. All great qualities. Again, I didn't like that he choked Deontay Wilder. I didn't like it because I can't say it enough. Like, I keep running this into the ground and saying the same thing over and over and over and over because I feel like I have to say it over and over and over because I lost, 6 subs? Because they were with me when I was against Wilder. But because I say something negative about Fury, now I lose 6. I get my most thumbs down on it, which is all expected. I don't really care. It is what it is. I'll keep putting up videos. I'll get thumbs up, thumbs down. It doesn't change my point of view because I'm not going to change my standpoint. And my standpoint is what Tyson Fury did was dirty. It was cheating. And it was uncalled for because he had already won the fight. He was going to win the fight no matter what. He had Wilder ready to go from the 3rd round on. Wilder looked nervous from the 2nd round on as Fury kept coming forward towards him and his punches couldn't keep him back. He couldn't keep him at bay. And you could see the nerves going through Wilder because Wilder was constantly on his bicycle trying to get away or back up instead of moving. Again, I'll talk about tactics in another video coming up here later today. So yeah, I hope this clears up my point of view. I do not agree with the path that Deontay Wilder has taken. I believe that he fought the softer competition. I don't believe he's ever fought a top-tier fighter. I believe not just Deontay Wilder, but all the top heavyweights are running from today's Dillian White. I would have liked to see Deontay Wilder fight harder fights. But again, Tyson Fury is the man of the division. So you can't say that Wilder didn't take on a hard challenger because truth be told, until Dillian White dethrones Fury, until AJ dethrones Fury, if Fury will fight AJ, Tyson Fury is the man. He's the only one that won all the belts off the current reigning champion that AJ has. He's the only one that beat a current reigning WBC champion because I believe Wilder had the belt for 10 title defenses. So he's the only one, no matter how you cut it, that beat legit champions. So the best man of the division beat Wilder. Fury's the best man of the division. Just because I might not like him, he might have lost me as a fan, doesn't mean I can't admit that he's the best of the division. And it doesn't mean that I won't say that I believe he'll blow through AJ. I would not be surprised if Tyson Fury knocks AJ out if he presses the action the same way. I would not be surprised at all because we know AJ doesn't like to get hit. Like, that has been exposed. Like, every time he gets hit, he turtle shells. And yes, he fought back against Klitschko, but we've seen, and I brought this up before he got put out by Ruiz, and we all know AJ was my man. AJ was my man of the division. And if Tyson Fury would have never came back, AJ would still be my pick outside of Dillian White of the man of the division. But when the king leaves and never loses his belts and comes back, that is the king. That is the man. The Gypsy King is the man of the division, no matter how you cut it. People were getting mad at me because I said if Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury, he's the man now. People want to argue that, but then people want to agree that Tyson Fury is the king of the division. Like, I don't understand that. How can you disagree with Wilder being the man if he beats Fury, but then yet you agree that Fury is the man of the division? It makes no sense. Like, the hate for Deontay Wilder is real. I'm not the type that I'm going to hate on somebody. I'm going to call it straight down. Yes, Deontay, and I feel like I'm rehashing everything I've said. Like I said, I'm half asleep, just woke up, but I just keep getting comments and comments and comments, so I figured I'd just clarify through words so everybody knows where I stand. If you made it through 20 minutes of this video, I think I've ran it into the ground. Again, to close out the video, because people only remember the last thing they hear. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 2. Tyson Fury outclassed Deontay Wilder. He outboxed him. He put pressure on him. He proved that Deontay Wilder can't fight off the back foot. He proved what I said, that Deontay Wilder can't fight in close quarters. He proved what not just me, but a lot of people have been saying. Deontay Wilder has had a weak career path. I put both words together. He's had a weak career path, although I do feel like in his last few fights he's been stepping up. His overall career was weak. None of that has changed with me. My only issue with this fight was a fight that Tyson Fury was dominating was the excessive choking. Now, let me end on this part. For all those who say that headlock was not choking, rewatch my clips. I know for a fact from being in the ring that it's a chokehold. I've had it done to me, and I know how to do it to other people. If you notice what Tyson Fury is doing, and you can watch him do it, he gets Deontay Wilder's head here. Now, if it was just a headlock, he would have his head here and he would lean down. I wish I had something with a neck on it that I could show y'all better. He'll put here and you'll lean forward, right? That's keeping his head under your arm. That's controlling his body. So you have him leaned over and you're putting all your weight on him, and you're pretty much making him bow down to weigh him down to feel tired, okay? That is a normal headlock. Where it becomes a chokehold is when you do what Fury was doing. That's why I put the still shot picture up that I put up, because it was blatantly obvious in that. When you take your forearm and you bring it up underneath the chin into the neck of the opponent like this, right? Then what you do, if you watch Fury, is you square your body off, and whichever arm they're underneath, you lean that way to the back of their head. So you're pushing their head down into your arm. So basically what you're doing is you're using your body weight to lean on their head, push it against your forearm that you've got pulled up. So you don't have to be burning energy squeezing. You pull it up tight enough to have it around the neck. You put all your weight on the back of their head, and you pretty much seesaw it down into your forearm, and now all your weight is being used to choke them. It's a chokehold. And if you watch Fury, that's exactly what he does. He brings his arm up, squares his body, turns towards it, leans on the head. That's all I got to say. Thank y'all for listening.